the vision that I had was 2023, and Ascension happened with everybody in the midst of confusion, in the midst of disharmony. So why is she doing it, huh? Why is she being me? Why is she spilling the beans on Ascension? See, I did a video fairly recently on YouTube, and it was about the pole shift, and it was about the solar flash, it was about Ascension, and it was about how the heck are we going to survive this thing? Because whilst a lot of spiritual people paint a very rosy picture, and I'm going to make no mistake, I am going to paint you a very rosy picture, but I am first going to give you the most real truth that I can. I'm going to explain to you why I'm giving you this real truth, where it comes from. I'm going to explain to you the timing of why I'm giving you the real truth now, and what you need to do in order to prepare, because that kind of answers the question of why. Why am I spilling the beans on Ascension? Why am I giving it to you in such realness? Well, number one, because hints don't work, and I took a long time to figure that out. I took a long time to figure out that, I was putting up videos on YouTube. I shared this with my online community the other day. I was putting videos up on YouTube and saying things like, guys, is it possible? Could you maybe be being distracted with all the political events, with all that's going on? Could this be a distraction? Is there something else that you're maybe being derailed from? And I realized, oh wow, okay, I can't sow the seeds. I can't drop the hints. I need to tell you, bam, straight in your face, this is what you're not seeing. And yes, you're being distracted, and this is what you need to see. So I'm doing this with as much love and compassion as I can. And my journey is one to empower you on your journey. It is one to help you to connect to the truth. Take the blinkers off, and this is what you're going to discover. You're going to discover that living in a bubble like La La Land, where everything is pretty and we only talk positivity and it's all love and roses and look at the unicorns dancing over the rainbows. When you live in that world because you think that it's all positive and you think that it's all spiritual, what you may not realize is that you're depriving yourself of seeing true magnificence, because you can only see true magnificence when you're in truth. And being in truth sometimes means wading in the mud, sometimes being knee deep and even beyond knee deep in the muck of life, in the pain of life, and seeing it without filters, and letting yourself get into the discomfort, which we've tried to protect ourselves from, because of course discomfort equals growth, equals change. But let me come back to, why am I spilling the beans? So we know hints don't work. The other reason is because it's go time. It's preparation time. And no, I'm not giving you a prediction when I say that, because I genuinely don't know the timing of this event. I know that no one needs to know. I know that no one is supposed to know. I know that when this event happens, it's going to be in the perfect moment for each individual. But when the Ascension event happens, it is going to feel like a surprise no matter how well prepared you are. And I do use this birthing analogy. There's a recent video called The Squeeze. It's an energy update and is well worth watching, where I use and I go deeper in that video into the birthing analogy. But here's the thing: when you give birth, for those of you who are not mamas, I'm sure you're going to relate to what I'm saying. There is a moment in the birthing process where no matter how meticulous your plans have been, where you've got to throw them all out the window and just be in the present and do more than being the present. You've got to surrender to the fact that your body knows how to do this thing, because your body was built for ascension. Your body knows how to do what your brain cannot even understand or compute or make sense of. So this requires a connection. And in fact, I've just given you the answer as to what it takes to prepare. What does it take in order to prepare? If it's preparation time now, then what does it take to prepare? It takes connection. And I do have this wonderful habit of making things sound very simple. And as every single person in my online community, they're probably already mouthing it to themselves right now because they know what I'm going to say. And that is that simple ain't easy. Simple, don't confuse it. It's not synonymous with easy. Just because something's simple does not automatically imply ease. Simplicity is often the most challenging thing to master, and simplicity is the language of the universe. It is the language that the universe will always speak to you in. Your brain, which is where the ego's conversations come from, that's all about complexity. That's all about confusion. That's all about analysis. And in fact, it's the thing that keeps you plugged into the false matrix. But if you allow yourself to move beyond what the brain can do and see and compute into a feeling level, because isn't that what connection is? Connection is not a thought. You can connect to your thoughts. Yes, you can be present with your thoughts. And in fact, presence is part of connection. Connection is ultimately a feeling. It's a state of awareness. It's a state of being. It's a state of presence in the now, out of the past, out of the future, even out of the present, because the now is not even a timed space. The now is an infinite place beyond the matrix. That's where the now is. And when I talk about the matrix, I'm talking about the false matrix. There is this fine art, and we can talk about it another day. In fact, let's not even talk about it. Let's not even talk about the fine art of getting into the now. Go and do one of the meditations that I've got in my shop, the Deep Relaxation Trilogy. I've told you guys about it before. It's a set of 3 meditations. You find it in the discounts section of my online shop. Go and get the online trilogy, because that's going to be your entry point into this connected space that I'm talking about. Connection is your preparation. I almost I feel myself welling up when I explain this to you, because I know it's going to be the most misunderstood thing. Do you know how people take information in now? Because social media has kind of entrained your brain to do this. Just give me the answer. Quick. Just, I don't have time. Just give me the answer. Let's go. Connection needs you to stop all the babble, everything, all the fluff, all the faffing, and just hone in on, zone in on, focus in on who you are as an infinite being of consciousness, and be in the presence of presence itself as presence itself. I'm talking to you about a life-changing experience with words that if you just let them sit here in your brain are not going to change you, evolve you, or even mean much to you, because that is where we're going with spirituality. There are going to be those that are still talking concepts. Leave them. You're listening to this because you are evolving beyond where the brain can take you into a space of trust, where the body starts clicking into what it came here to do, which is to ascend you. You work with the body, yes, but ultimately this is the body knowing what to do, because your brain can give your body directions, but it will never understand the technicalities that your body is going to go into in order to shoot out what I described in that pole shift video, to shoot out that magnetic shield around you. So I'm spilling the beans on this now, because it's time to get real now, and it's time to understand what negativity is. Negativity is not the truth. The truth is the thing that liberates you, that frees you, and it is only in the truth that you can see pure divinity. So do not be afraid. I'm asking you, do not be afraid to confront the deepest, even the hardest truths. Let yourself get really daring, because you can do this now. That's another reason why I'm spilling the beans. I'm spilling the beans because you deserve the damn truth, because it's been withheld from you for so long, because so many people have posed, some of them charlatans and some of them really well-meaning people. So many people have posed as spiritual teachers that were never equipped for the job. And I'm not saying to you, I'm God Almighty. I'm not saying to you, I'm the most qualified. I'm saying to you, you're the most qualified. I know who you are. You are a being of infinite magnificence, missing the connection to your magnificence, missing the connection to your divinity. I'm not here to give you the answers. I'm here to lead you to you, who has all the answers for you. How many people do you know are talking to you about your infinite divinity, your infinite intelligence, and your ability to tune in, zone in, feel into it in such a way that it evolves you? My words aren't going to evolve you. My words are only going to lead you to you. That's why I'm spilling the beans, because it is go time, baby. It is take the wool off your eyes time, baby. And to the people who lit up my comment section with your dismay and your disgust, and you said, Kerry, how dare you be negative, you're supposed to be a spiritual leader and a spiritual teacher, and who do you think you are, and look what damage you're doing, and look at all these things that you're spewing, and all of this unconsciousness. To all of those naysayers and ones who ridiculed me, telling me that I was being negative, I was being unconscious, dear God, look at the level of unconsciousness that it takes in order to make that possible, in order to tell someone that they're guilty of the thing that you're doing. That is sheer unconsciousness. It's not wrong. It's not bad. It is something that you have control over. You can redeem yourself from that. You can see your behavior, get humble and go, wow, it was me, and that's okay. No one's going to judge you, blame you, shame you. But let yourself get uncomfortable enough to grow. Now, I know the next question you're going to ask me is, when, baby? When is this going to happen? And I'm going to say to you, this is a really important part of today's topic, right? I'm going to say to you the following. I don't know on purpose because you're not meant to know. But I do have a memory of the future. In the same way that some people have a memory of the past, I have always had memories of the future. I have memories of way past, by the way. I have memories of pre-incarnation, before I came into this physical body. I remember dropping down, and panicking, and the fear sinking in as I realized that there was no backtracking and I couldn't pull out. And I realized this horror, this wave, ice cold wave of horror hit me when I realized that it was too late to backtrack and to get out. And these memories that I've had of past and future have never been time bound. Never been bound to the brain. That's why I can go beyond where the brain allows me to go. And I know I do owe you that video. I did promise it to you, where I said to you I was going to explain more about how I know what I know. Let me give you a little brief insight here. The memories, the beyond time memories, and when I talk about beyond time, I'm talking about beyond this matrix, the false matrix. I've always been able to access these places. Partly because I was really sick as a child, in and out of hospital, in and out of near-death situations, in and out of the ability to breathe and not breathe to such a degree that my survival was in jeopardy, that I spent more time in hospital than at home in any given year of my childhood. So it was that life and death, that brink, that balance point that allowed me to exit the false matrix and to enter the now, the timelessness that I speak to you from and speak to you about. I can still access that place. I have a memory of ascension. I'm going to do another video for you on that memory of ascension. And I'm going to explain it to you, and I think you're going to love it. Because it's really beautiful. Like, as in way more, way beyond, more beautiful than the brain can comprehend. But the abbreviated version is this. It happened in 2023. I witnessed it happen, and this was in 2016 that I had the memory of it being 2023. Please let me put in highlighted capital letters. This is not a prediction of the ascension date, because time is absolutely malleable, like beyond what you can understand. People say time doesn't exist. Time does exist. But what we don't understand is how fluid time is, and that the construct of time is really a prison, and that time is really a container to hold photonic light, which is also information. And we've always been very linear about time because we've been in the false matrix where everything is linear and therefore very slow. Outside of the false matrix, time is instant in the sense that you know that you can inject millions of years worth of light consciousness into a second. So it will appear like 1 second has passed, but into that 1 second, there's been an influx. This is why time is quantum. There's been an influx of information gone into that 1 second, and now you're evolved. Now you're in mastery. Now you're in enlightenment. But what it takes is the body being primed to be able to receive that. So I've given you this proviso so that you understand that when I say the memory was in 2023, I am not predicting that this is in 2023. In 2016, that was the year that it took place in. It could be 2033, right? It could be tomorrow. It could be this afternoon. So don't take time as a concrete thing. And I'm really making this clear to you, because the moment you do, you start sitting back. You may not even consciously realize it, but you start sitting back and waiting. Yeah, okay. Kerry said, Ascension's going to happen. I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to live my life. I'm not going to do what I'm here to do. I'm just going to wait. So there will be no time prediction that's going to be accurate. But out of interest, the vision that I had was 2023, and Ascension happened with everybody in the midst of confusion, in the midst of disharmony, lots of arguing, lots of debating, lots of he said, she said, accusation kind of stuff. That was the general vibe of the planet. So you can look at the planet now and see that that's very, very much how people are trying to dominate each other. It's not really with guns anymore. It's with words. It's with ridicule. So you look at the culture from 2020 to where we are now, it's very, very much controlling what you might say by means of other people's opinions of you. And that, by the way, is another reason why you're not seeing a lot of people talking about what I'm talking about. You're not seeing a lot of people spilling the beans, so to speak, on Ascension. They're afraid of ridicule, quite rightly so. I got hammered in my comment section, not by everyone. Thank you so much. I received some magnificent comments. But there, of course, were going to be people who felt challenged. And this is the thing. People won't let themselves feel discomfort anymore. They won't let themselves feel like they're outside of their known zone, outside of their control sphere. So, the people who dare to speak the truth are the people who cannot speak the coward's language of silence. And I saw it in my comments section. As much as I saw negativity, not a lot, but it was there obviously. Whoa, you guys blew me away because you got brave and daring and courageous, and you started meeting me at the level that I met you at, and you inspired me. And that's why I'm back speaking up some more. And I will come back speaking up some more. Because what I saw in the comment section was people taking their next step. So thank you so much for that. For those of you who are ready, willing and wanting to take a step beyond what I can offer you here on YouTube and really delve into the connection to self that I'm speaking about, that is the preparation. My Plasma Light Tribe online community, that's where you go. The details are on my website, kerryk.net, or in the description box below. Lots of love, everybody. Send you love from my heart straight into yours. I hope you can feel it. Bye-bye for now.